Kick your ass.
This country wants to keep me down. Keep everybody weak.
It's our mission to bring back the natural order of things. Guy thing.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
The ultimate male versus the ultimate meatball.
I'm not talking about that unleaded, gold-friendly, tree-hugging, girly jiggling money.
Don't get us some of no statue. Get them guts.
You play ball like a girl!
You're in no man's land now, baby.
One ugly motherfucker.
Truck driving, low riding, belching, fighting, folding money.
Hey, dude, let me tell you something. You long time flying 4-point sack.
You're hit. Big leap, man. I ain't got time to
You need us jar opening, oil changing, spiders squishing, furniture rearranging men.
What are you? Some chavala or something?
All right. Men rule the world. Yes. Yes, dog. One of my favorite things to do here on this godforsaken thing called YouTube, man. All right. Let me we were running a little bit late for a few reasons. Give me 1 second here. I go ahead and do this and that. And I do want to open up the phone lines and get you guys' calls. See what you guys' thoughts on what it is that we're gonna be talking about tonight. So let's go ahead and let's bring on the panelists because it is great to be a man. Gosh darn it, dog. It is just great to be a man. There's nothing better than being a man in this world. All right. So let's go ahead and let's bring on the men. From San Jose, my boy, Mr. Robert Anthony.
What it is, what it is. What's happening, everybody out there in YouTube land? You know, what's going on, Ed? Hope everything's going well. Just over here, you know.
Hey,
I'm blessings that I'm a man.
I'm a man, brother. So
hey,
everything's great.
The worst day is the best day, right?
The worst day is the best day, brother. Our worst day is the best day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, our brother Fred, he's under the weather. He's not feeling like a man today. So we're giving him the night off. But we got another man that is just oozing with machismo from the LA Times. The hot rod, Pablo. Pablo, you're on mute. Pablo, you're on mute, guy. Your mic is muted. Yeah, it's muted on your side, Pablo. All right. I don't know.
Pablo's a hell of a man, but one thing, even as a man, that he can't do is talk through a muted YouTube.
A muted mic. All right, Pablo, I'm gonna kick you off, brother. I don't know what it is, but your mic is muted. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Let me see. Just text me here. Or somebody just did. Okay. All right. So anyway, while we wait for Pablo to get that going, before we get into the subject, there's something that I want to throw your way, Robert. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Friday, September 25th, I believe it is. I'm signing up to do a stair climb in downtown Los Angeles, my man. I'm trying to get people together. I'm trying to get all the men. Where you fellas at, man? Where you fellas at? Yeah, I'm talking to you, Andrew. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Julio Valdez. I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking to all you guys. Trying to get I'm trying to get a group to roll through, man, and make it all the way up, man. I did it a few years back. It's a little bit. I tell you, climbing stairs can take it out of you, man.
That's a
Climbing
challenge.
stairs can take it out of you.
Let me ask you this: when you get to the top, is there an escalator or an elevator to bring you down?
You take two elevators, two different elevators to come down.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, you walk. I think the elevators start like at floor 68 or something. So you got to walk down like, I don't know, like 7 stories or something like that. And then you take an elevator, then you get off, and then you go to another elevator, and that one takes. It's like 2 or 3 different elevators.
How many stories?
I believe it's 75. Yeah.
You know what, man? I'm going to tell you what, and I'm going to say right now on YouTube, I'm tentatively saying yes, because you never know what could happen, right? And the reason I'm going to say yes is because I'll tell you what, I had told Ed about this Beta Breakers thing, and I was going to do it with them. Unfortunately, I got sidetracked. I had complications where I was out for about 3 weeks, close to a month, and it affected my training. And I didn't get a chance to do that with Ed. So if it is possible for me to do it, I'm going to sign up for it, man. I'm going to sign up for it. I got all summer, and we got what are we, June, July, August, about 4 months to get ready for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to tentatively say if it's on a Saturday or Sunday, I hope.
It's actually on a Friday. It is on a Friday. It is on a Friday. Yes, they have to do it every year. They do it on a Friday.
Okay. Yeah, that's something I'm going to shoot for. And I'll talk to you more about it, and I'll give you some progress reports as we go on about being this great species that we are, men. So the more I'll give you updates and let you know what's going on. But but hey, I got something for you. What did you think about the greatest comeback in NBA history last night? I don't know if you got a chance to watch the game.
I caught some glimpses of it. I didn't hear about it till the following day, till this morning, and I'm like, wow, I was thinking to myself, like, damn, what a comeback, And then I heard it was the greatest finals comeback of all time. I'm like, oh, okay.
At one point, they were down 29. Down 29 points. I stopped watching it. I had somewhere to. I probably would have stayed if it was close, in all honesty. But the game was so far apart, and I had somewhere to go. I was like, you know what? Let me just be dedicated and go do what I said I would go do. This game's over anyways. And then when I came back, I saw a thread of my friends that had oh my God, did you see that great play? This, that, the other. And I was like, oh my goodness. And it just happened just to see the highlights, man. It was amazing. Great game last night.
Are you invested into these finals?
No, but I'm the NBA man. I'm old school NBA. I love the game. I love the game. I could watch good basketball. And this series has been good basketball. It's been a little rough. It's been a little, rough but clean. A couple dirty plays here and there, but they're going at it. And you got this guy from San Antonio, this Wembanyama, who's like 7'5", who's just mad. And this guy's he's a problem now. He's gonna be a problem, man. The guy, he misses shots and he's dunking it with the other hand after. He's just doing things he pulls up for 7'5", pulling up for 3-pointers and splash, nothing but net.
Wow.
He's going to be he blocks almost. He changes the game just being there.
Right.
He's
all net, huh?
Yeah, he's going to be a problem. And right now he's really thin, so they could muscle him around a little bit. When he gets a little older and a little thicker, this guy is going to be a problem. So if the Knicks, they got to get him now, because in a couple of years, if San Antonio keeps this team together, they're going to win some back-to-backs. In my opinion, that's how good this kid is.
Okay. I always found it a little bit odd, man, that over there on the East Coast, it was never New York. It was always Boston that was doing the damn thing. I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess.
It's a trip that you say that, because New York is considered the mecca of basketball. Madison Square Garden, Rucker
Yeah.
Park. New York is considered like the Mecca. What I didn't realize is I've been watching basketball since I was a kid, man. The Knicks haven't won the championship in 53 years.
Was it that? Okay, they haven't won it, but when was the last
They
time
went
they were?
once. They went once in our lifetime. But they've never won. The last time they won it was 53 years ago. And they went once and they lost.
Against the Spurs, right?
I believe it was against the Spurs.
Okay.
I believe it was against the Spurs.
Well, we get Pablo. By the way, also the Stanley Cup Finals is going on. This is not the subject for everybody who's watching, but the Stanley Cup Finals is going on. That's actually a good series. It just went into second intermission right now.
Okay.
All right, Pablo, are you good? No, Pablo, you're still muted, big guy. Yeah, Pablo, you're still muted, big dog. All right. Well, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Pablo over there, man. He's still muted. I don't know if he can't get his mic going or what, but we're going to go ahead and get rocking and rolling. Hopefully, Pablo can go ahead and get it all straightened out. And I could see here, Pablo, I don't know if you could hear me, but I could see here that your mic is muted, and it's telling me that it's muted on your side. So, yeah, you're muted on your side. So whenever you unmute yourself, I'll be able to see it. But nonetheless, watching a hockey game. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good series here between the Golden Knights and Carolina Hurricane. All right, so subject for tonight for Men Rule the World. We're going back into some movies. Yes, we're going back into some movies. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop the phone number as well. I want to see if we could get some calls in and see what people think about the movie picks and who they would have in there. Now, here's the thing. I want to make it clear. I want to make it 100% clear. We're not talking. Oh, yeah, Pablo. Yeah, Pablo. Your mic is muted, brother, and it's not muted on my side. It says that you're muted, that you gotta unmute yourself on your side. But I got eyes on it, so if ever you jump on and you can unmute yourself, I'll be able to see it. So all right. So something for tonight is that's villains, bad guys, the best male villains in cinematic history. Okay, so we're not talking about how good the movie is. Let's make that clear.
Good point.
Let's make it clear. We're not talking about how good the movie is, how bad the movie is. We're talking about how great the villain is. Now, one can say the villain made the movie great. Sure. But again, we're strictly talking about the villains in the movie. What are the best villains, the best male man villains in motion picture history? Before we get into the list, Robert, how long did it take you to come up with your list, man?
Pretty fast. I did the only thing is there were people that I wanted to. Hey, what's up, Pablo?
Yo.
We got
How
you.
are you? How have you been?
Good. Thank you. Go ahead. I'm listening, man. I just had.
Okay.
I'm having. I can't hear you too loud, but I can hear. Let's do this.
There were just people like, did I want to bump them? You know what I mean? Because I searched I searched the whole vault, the male vault that I got up in here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I just had to search it, do a quick data search, and I was like the Terminator, bro. A bunch of things came up. This guy, baby. I was even thinking about could I put the Terminator in there? Was he a bad guy? You know what I mean? I was even thinking about things like that. Could I have put Mr. T as a villain? You know what I mean? He was an awesome villain. He had a short role, but he played the hell out of that role, and he was a good villain. I looked at villain different. I looked at it as just the dude who was just that. I didn't look at it like a James Bond character. I want to rule the world and kill the world kind of guy. I looked at it like the villain in the movie. Out of all the movies I watched, who was the bad guy in the movie? So I doubt you and me. I was like, I wonder if me and Ed are gonna have any of the same ones. And I was thinking, I really doubt it. And after you just foreshadowed the movie doesn't have to be great, I'm dying to hear what guy you're going to throw out there, because it's going to be from a movie that I'm going to be like, oh my goodness, but it's going to be the character. And we know, I didn't know Fred was going to be on, but we know there were no Patrick Swayze bad guys. So I wasn't concerned about me and Fred having the same guys mixed up either.
Pablo, how long did it take you to think of your list, big dog?
Probably about 2 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, man. You know what I did is I looked back, and first I asked you the question, did they have to be superheroes? I didn't know where you were going. When you said no, it was obvious to me, because I just looked back on some of the greatest movies where I've sat in a movie theater and just been blown away by the villain, by the movie. And so with me, it was like 3 minutes, man. It was quick, instantaneously, And I could already say, I bet I know one of Cholo's picks, but I'm not going to say it.
Okay. All right.
Let's want me to see if I do a wild guess.
Let's list, man. Let's just go with
marinate, right?
All right. So as far as for me, I'm kind of with you on this one, Pablo. It was fast, man. It was fast, and I know I didn't throw this one at you guys, but I want to get an honorable mention before we get to your
Got
number
one. Got one.
Okay.
Got one already, bro.
Okay. So let's go from number 3, and we're gonna work our way to our number 1s. So I'll go first, man. Let me see if I could pull up our guys here. Oh yeah. Okay, so let me put us to the side. Everybody that's watching, again, I will drop the number once we get through our list. If you guys want to call in and give us somebody that you think that we should have had on here, I know because Pablo and Robert, they're both gonna fail, man. My list, they're gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great. Okay, so
the gauntlet has been thrown down.
We're starting with our least. Okay, we're starting with our least. All right. My number 3 best villains in cinematic history is none other than the dark-skinned, blonde-haired guy, man. Wesley Snipes playing Simon Phoenix in the movie Demolition Man. Oh, God. His character in that movie was phenomenal. Now, Demolition Man is not my favorite Stallone movie, but it's one of his best. Is one of his best movies. But what Wesley Snipes did in this movie, the character he played, man, was just super duper badass. It made the movie so much fun to watch. I could not wait to get past Sandra Bullock and Benjamin Pratt, freaking Paco Aguilar, Gal Negro, and Stallone, just to see what Simon Phoenix was gonna do. Next thing he was gonna say how he couldn't kill the main guy. Man, I love Simon Phoenix in this movie. Robert, I'll start with you. Talk to me about this, man.
That's a good 3 for you. I could see that going in your direction. Now that I've gotten to know you, I could see you. You've talked about this before. You know what I mean? I thought Wesley Snipes was cool. You know what I mean? With the blonde hair during that time, I kind of thought like he ripped off Rodman.
Okay,
I mean? I was like, did he rip off Rodman for this look? You know what I mean? But I can never argue with Wesley Snipes. With Wesley Snipes, bro. You always bet on Wesley.
Always bet on Black. Hey,
always bet on Wesley. He makes good movies. The dude's a good actor, and he played a good villain. I would have actually thought that, as far as a Wesley Snipes villain, if it was me, I probably would have gone with New Jack. I would have probably gone with for me, we're different. Nino, because Nino was, he was dirty, man. You know what I mean? He was running those, running that apartment complex, the Carter. He was paying off people. He was killing people. So he was dirty. But I could see that with your pick. You know what I mean? That's a Cholo Trucker pick right there.
Okay. By the way, I want to give a saludos to our brother Fred. He is on here. He's picking Bill the Butcher from Gangs in New York. I'm glad you're not on here, Fred. That was such a gosh awful movie. I don't even remember who the main bad guy was. Gosh, Fred, son of a gun. Hey, what's up, Adrian? Adrian, the topic for tonight is the best villains in cinematic history, man. The best villains. All right, Pablo, what's your thoughts about me picking Simon Phoenix from Demolition Man?
You know what, man? Back in the day, this guy was on it. He was in a lot of movies, you know, following this, and he was on fire, man. And you know, by obvious, because so many people picked him up, you know, before he had his hard times. But I can see that, man. Hey, if you were from the hood and you went to the swap meet and you know all that, this was a guy you said, wow, he did a good job, man. So props, man. I didn't even think of him, man, at all. So that's pretty good.
And by the way, I want to go and throw this out there. When people talk about great actors, I think I'm not saying he needs to be somewhere in the top of the list, but I think his name needs to get brought up. Think about the different roles that this guy has played. Just him playing Simon Phoenix. He was a serious guy. He was a jokester. He was a bad guy. Yet at the same time, just think about all his roles.
Yeah. He bring it, bro. He bring it on this film, dude. I just forgot about it. I haven't thought about it in a while. He bring it.
Yeah. I advise. I highly recommend the movie Demolition Man because Simon Phoenix, played by Wesley Snipes, he does a blockbuster job, man, and that is my number 3 pick for best villains of all time. Robert, I'll go with you, brother. What is your number 3?
All right, I'm gonna say my number 3, man. He did it, even though he is in the title of the movie. And he's in the movie. He wasn't in the movie a long time, right? My number 3 is going to be Bill from Kill Bill. Now, some of y'all might not be feeling me on it, right? But the few scenes that he had, man, this dude was sadistic, bro. He shoots his lady that he loves, shoots her in the head. You know what I mean? Takes the baby. You know, tries to get her back. And when he tries to get her back, he shoots her again just to explain to her why he did this. You know what I mean? He was just a sadistic, you know, just like on Training Day, say when they were talking about Alonzo. He's a dirty, low down Vato, but I like him. You know what I mean? I liked him, bro. He was, you know, he was a genius, bro. You know, my favorite scene is when he was explaining to Beatrice, like, the consequences of breaking a murderer's heart. And those were the consequences. It was like almost her fault, right? And when he explained the whole mythology of Superman, you know what I mean? Just those few minutes, man, I just thought he stole the show. And I was just like, man, this dude wasn't in the movie a long time. But man, he was a sadistic, murdering SOB who thought everything out. Nothing was done without intention. So that's my guy.
Okay. Pablo, your thoughts?
Yeah, I've never seen this one. I've never seen this movie. Was this The Devil's Advocate?
No.
What is it? What is it called?
Kill Bill with Uma Thurman.
Kill Bill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, I don't even remember this guy. That was a killer movie, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
Kill Bill 1 and 2.
that?
Kill Bill 1 and 2.
No, but who is this guy?
This is Bill.
No, but what is his name?
David Carradine.
Okay, that's who I thought it was.
Yeah,
that's who I thought it was, dude. Dude, it's been so long, bro, but that is a good movie, dude. That is a good movie. I don't remember the villain, but I remember the movie in general.
Okay.
That scene and all.
Okay. I think that's kind of where I'm going on this one, Robert. Look, the scene that you explained where he's talking to her and everything, that does that scene does kind of stick out, but I don't really remember him too much in the movie.
Granted, I preferenced, he's not in the movie a long time. He's the title of the movie, but when he's on screen, man, his 20, 30 minutes, bro, and the reason he's behind this whole thing is because he was a sadistic SOB. Bro, when he shot his wife in the head, You know what I mean? Because just because she was marrying another dude, you know, she was pregnant and the whole nine, and you know, that just you know,
just
like
because,
I said,
just because, Robert, just because,
well,
just
you know.
because she married another dude.
Well, no, she was gonna marry another. No, she was gonna marry another dude. They weren't married or anything. She was an assassin, if you know the movie, and she wanted to get away from that. She wanted.
Okay, all right.
She wanted to get away and start a new life, and she didn't want her son or daughter to grow up to be an assassin and be in that life. And she tried to be the regular dude, and he killed him too. He killed the priest.
I didn't even know he was in the movie. But is that a Tarantino film?
It sure is.
Yeah, dude. I have to go out to Hollywood once in a while for work, and he has a coffee shop out there, man. I highly recommend it. So good. They have some Kill Bill posters in there too.
Awesome.
Okay. All right.
Well,
No, Robert. I'm just gonna say this. Brother. It would have took a lot. I did not see this coming. I'm a little proud of you, and a little disappointed, but more proud of you. I'm more proud of you, brother, because I don't think anybody would have chose this. And you're right, dude. This dude was sadistic. I can't really remember too much of it though, but it's there.
Okay, I'm warming up. That's my 3. I'm warming up. It gets better. I think it gets better.
Pablo, let's go to your number 3, big dog.
I switched them around. So my number 3, man, this is a film. If you have not seen in the movie theaters, obviously it's too late. But now with surround sound and everything, this movie will blow you away. One, because I love seeing historical films. Although it's based on a true story, it is, not accurate, but still enough, man. The role that Robert De Niro plays in this film is phenomenal. He plays Al Capone, and the movie's The Untouchables. And it's just the scoring, the music, the violins, the classical, the acting. Man, it's just phenomenal. And he is a great villain in the movie. And like I said, it's a actual person that lives. So all the more fun, man. And to be able to see when they made alcohol illegal, how that all played out, and how the Untouchables came after him, and it was neat, man. So yeah, that's my pick.
All right, I'll go first on this one. I think he did a really good job. This movie flies way under the radar. I don't think people talk about it too much. The more focus is on Kevin Costner.
Yes.
But the character that De Niro was playing, Al Capone, I thought he did it great, man. I like the whole, I want him dead. I want his whole family dead and everything. Yep. Just how he would switch from this smiling guy that you see here to just completely enraged, right? I thought I did good. I don't know. I like what he did good. I'm saying that he did good. I'm just not sure I really saw him that much like a bad guy in the movie. He was the villain. He was the guy they're going after. I don't know how much bad things he really did though. But
blowing up a kid, killing a cop, But I hear you, Cholo. Because there is other people in the movie who were under him, who were worse villains than him. Like the guy who played Frank Nitti, the enforcer, the guy who actually put the footwork in and killing people. He actually was a better villain in this film. But the only reason I put this guy is because they were working for him. So he was not the worst villain in the film. There were worse villains that should have got the spot. But if I would have brought him up, nobody would have known.
Right. It's like how much killing did Hitler really do? He didn't really do much killing. It was all his Nazis. Now, if you're talking about Pol Pot, he actually went out to the field and killed alongside with his men. Robert, what's your thoughts on this pick?
This is a good movie as well. This kind of reminds me of, in a way, my pick, because De Niro was great in the movie, but there's not a lot of De Niro in the movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and when he's in the movie, he's strong. And I think he suffers in this movie. First of all, De Niro. He's awesome. Back then he's awesome. But I think the one thing about this movie which hurts him is that I thought Sean Connery played such a great role in this movie that people walked away talking a lot about Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Because Sean Connery was, so this is a cool pick. I'm not, it's been so long since I've seen Pablo. I'm not going to hit him with lefts and rights right off the bat. But it reminds me of my Kill Bill pick. Like I see where he's going with it. Definitely a bad dude. You know what I mean? Ordered all these murders, but I think it's just not enough airtime. Kind of like how you're telling me about Bill. There's not a lot there. When he's on screen, he's a strong force. When he hits the guy with the baseball bat, in the back of the head. Remember that?
Yeah.
So when he does little things like that, it's like it sticks out, but he doesn't stick out the whole movie. I thought Sean Connery stole the show.
Thanks to Sean, you're right. They won, I think, 11 total awards. They won Oscars and stuff like that, But it was Sean, the one that shined the most. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, Sean, exactly. When they have that shootout, and then he picks up the dead guy because there's only one guy that's alive. He's inside, and he's there, and he's watching, but he can't see that Sean Connery's picking up the dead guy. He's all like, you got something to say? No. One, blows his head off, but the guy was already dead. He's like, who's another one? That guy right there. Bring him over here. It was good. I wonder if cops could get away with something like that today. The dude's already dead. I wonder if cops could get away with something like that. Okay, all right, Pablo. It was a decent pick. Both of you guys. I'm proud of you guys because you guys thought outside of the box.
Okay.
Both of you guys. I would have never thought of these two characters. They would have never came to mind. All right. So we'll go down to Robert. We'll go to your number 2, brother.
Oh, my number 2 was my man, Alonzo in Training Day. You ain't got my pick, man. King Kong ain't got nothing on my pick. You know what I mean? Wow. Alonzo was amazing. He was the top. He came close to be my number 1. Man. I think it was first of all, it was a different role for Denzel. You know what I mean? Denzel was usually the good, friendly, the good character. And I thought Denzel played the hell out of this role. I think he won an Academy Award for this role, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? Just everything he did, man. Another guy who he was plotting everything from the beginning of the movie to the end, man. He was plotting everything out, man. Even when he told Jake, when Jake was like, you've been setting me up all day. He's like, I've been setting you up all month, boy. You know what I mean? It was just like, he was just on it, man. I don't think there was to be a cop and to be that vicious and vindictive and, the people he hung out with and the things he was doing, man, Denzel was on it. That's my number 2, man. And like I said, he came close to being my number 1 just because I thought his performance was just so raw and so, so different for him. When this movie first came out, man, I was like, man, I've seen it back to back, baby. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, Pablo, thoughts?
That is insane. Yeah, man. If you're talking about a villain, this guy was a villain the whole way through, bro. What a great pick. This guy didn't even come to my mind. That should have been like off the top. Great one, man. Dude, he was wicked the whole way through, bro. No, even I love that. I think it was a Monte Carlo he drove.
Yes.
Man, I and then down to the end, man, it was great. Great pick for me, man. Here comes Cholo to blast you, bro.
I know. Well, Robert, what I really don't think. Watch.
Hey, Julio was saying what they were saying when they were playing cards. He's just a low down, dirty, ruthless bottle, right? Oh. That's why I never shake his hand, Holmes. No, you know what? You know what, Robert? I don't know if I would have ever thought of this, but this was a phenomenal pick. He is actually a bad guy, but but at the same time, he's the main character in the movie.
Right.
He's more important in this movie than Ethan Hawke is. Ethan Hawke, you could replace them with anybody else, but he did such a great job. His mind is just, he's just a criminal all the way through and through. Nothing is clean with this dude. Everything is a dirty movida. What's the next dirty move? What's the next dirty move? You know, his homeboy that he goes,
Roger.
What was his name?
Roger, the guy he takes the money from?
Yes. He goes and has a drink with them, and then later on that day, he goes and jacks him and kills him. Like, this dude is just dirty as hell. His little kid that he has with Eva Mendes, and he's all like, "Oh, you see what I see? You see what I see, mijo? Come here, mijo."
Yeah.
Dude, he's a low down, ruthless, dirty vato, just like they said, man. I loved it. And when he found out that the rookie was not going to be one of his boys like the other dirty cops were, like Dr. Dre and those other guys, that's when he set him up with Smiley and the homeboys over there. He's all like, okay, make sure you have that tub clean, man. Take care of them. This was a great pick, Robert.
Thank you.
Great
thank you. And the thing when he got Roger, I remember Ethan Hawke got all like he couldn't believe it. He's like, I thought that dude was your friend. And he was like, that dude wasn't my friend. He's all chess, boy. They're playing checkers. I'm playing chess. You know what I mean? And he was just one move ahead of everybody, bro. You know, just always one move ahead of everybody. I'm putting cases on all you.
Hey, Robert.
Gosh, man.
Hey, Robert, if this is
sir.
your number 2, I'm scared to see what your number 1 is, brother.
Great choice, man. Awesome choice. Pablo, your number 2.
All right. Here comes my number 2, bro. And I'm going to get blasted for this one. But because this is the same thing with the Al Capone, you can't just there's a multiple people in this choice who make the bad guy the bad guy. Now, I chose the movie Tombstone, one of my favorite movies, man, of all time, just to watch and everything.
Great.
And I chose Curly Bill, one of the main cowboys. He's kind of dorky, mean, but you know, he kills a cop, whatever, and they ended up killing one of Wyatt Earp's brothers. And by the way, he's one of them's buried right here in San Bernardino, by the way. But the thing is, if you take this guy alone, he wouldn't be. But as a whole, when you consider, you know, the guy who fought Doc Holliday, I forget his name, but the guy
Ringo.
who fought Doc Holliday, and
Is that Ringo?
you know,
Ringo.
all these guys, right? All these guys together. You said a person, so I would just say the Cowboys if I could, but I'll choose Curly Bill. And I know Curly Bill alone can't be it, but as a whole with the Cowboys, that's my choice.
All right, I'll go first on this one. Look, obviously the movie is great. The movie is really good. I kind of struggle with this, Pablo, on why you would choose this guy over Ringo.
Right.
I think
Only
Ringo,
because he was a leader.
Okay. And by the way, I think this guy who is Powers Booth, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good one.
Yeah, his smirk, his laughter, that kind of stuff. I could kind of see it, but yeah, I think he's in competition with Ringo there. So I'm not really sure. I think most people, if they were going to choose one villain from Tombstone, and I think it would have. I think most people would have gone with Ringo. I'm not sure where I would have gone. I kind of see where you're at on this, Pablo, because I'm like, well, he's the leader. He sticks out the most. But at the same time, he does get killed with still like, I don't know, like 35 minutes of the movie left. But, you know, his smirk, his smile, and all that stuff. I mean, it was a bold choice. It was a bold.
And you're right, bro. You're right. It should have been Ringo.
Okay.
But because he wasn't the leader, I didn't choose Ringo because Ringo played more important parts, I thought. You know.
Okay. Robert, thoughts?
You know, I'm in agreement with both of you, man. It's first of all, it's a great movie. You know what I mean? Again, this is a movie where it's a Tombstone, man, but I think Val Kilmer and Doc Holliday stole the show. You know what I mean? Whenever I think of this movie, I think of Doc Holliday. But one of the reasons I think about Doc Holliday is because of his scene with Ringo. You know what I mean? Where they're going at it with the gun, and first of all, they're talking to each other. They even start arguing with each other in Latin. You know what I mean? And then they're doing the thing with the gun and everything. So I can see, it's a good pick. Not to, beat on Paul, because you said the same thing, but I would have picked Ringo instead of this dude, Curly Bill, just because of the impact that Ringo had. That one scene, to me, is probably the best scene of the movie. Because I thought it was so cool when after Ringo was doing all this stuff with his gun, Val Kilmer was like, big deal. That's just for show. It's just like doing this with a cup. What's the difference?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was doing all that stuff with exactly what Ringo was doing, but with a cup. And when he was done, it was like, now what? You know what I mean? And I just thought, them arguing in Latin, Val Kilmer saying, he reminds me of me. That's why I hate him. And I just thought that was one of the best scenes in the movie. So I would have probably gone Ringo, but I could see why you picked this as well, the leader.
Okay, all right. Look, I'm a man of honesty, and I'm gonna be honest. Look, Robert, you completely redeemed yourself with Alonzo. That was such a great pick. You've yet to impress me here, brother. You got another shot. We do have an honorable mention, by the way, but you're running out of space here, Pablo. You're running out of space here, brother. Okay, you've yet to impress me, man.
Hey, when I get to my number one, I think it'll redeem, bro.
Right. Okay. So let me get to my number two. My number two, man. I love this guy. Gosh darn it, I love it. Look, this movie sucks. This movie would have completely ruined the franchise. The only reason this movie is watchable is because of this villain right here. This villain makes this movie, I don't know if I should say great, but it makes it good. It makes it really good. And of course, I'm talking about none other than Terry Silver in the movie Karate Kid Part 3. Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes. He is so damn good at that movie. Whoa. Huh? Whoa.
Oh, man.
He is a billionaire, and he devotes his entire time to get revenge on a teenage kid that did his buddy dirty, right? Or didn't even actually do him dirty. He actually beat him cleanly. So a billionaire has the time to go lower himself down, right? Drive that stupid little beat up pickup truck just to go get revenge on a teenage kid in an all valley karate tournament. I love it. It should be a true story. It should be a true story. All right, I want to hear your thoughts. I'll start with Pablo here. Pablo, what's your thoughts?
First, I got to ask the question: did you watch Cobra Kai?
Oh yeah. Okay.
So you seen when he came back? He did a great job, right?
Yes.
I mean, I can't say much, bro. I mean, even with this right here. Man, and then you can't think of this without thinking of Cobra Kai. Like, what a phenomenal actor and what a great bad guy. You thought Johnny was bad from Cobra Kai. This guy took it to another level. This guy was evil, bro. And he did a great job. He's a great villain. Like I said, if it was just part 3, I would probably be making fun of you, but because of Cobra Kai and we know how it ended, man, phenomenal.
Hey, by the way, I just want to throw this up there because it did come to mind. Ray says Fender from Cyborg. Dog, that dude was vicious. Gosh, that guy was vicious. All right, Robert, thoughts?
Wow, talk about not seeing a villain coming. That would have, and I thought I would be able to read you, man. You threw me for a loop on this one, dude. I know you're a big karate guy, Karate Kid guy.
Mm.
So it doesn't surprise me, but it threw me for a loop. Yeah, he was a cool villain, man. It was maybe I'm just a little more cynical. You know what I mean? Just because it was a family friend, even though he was a villain, he was a family friendly kind of villain. There wasn't a lot of like crazy things that he did. You know what I mean? Was he a messed up dude? Yeah, he was a messed up dude. He was plotting and everything, but he just doesn't come across to me as like a villain. You know what I mean? He comes across to me as a really good bad guy, which is a villain. But I'll tell you what, man. I'm not gonna. That's a good pick. That's a right up your alley pick.
All right,
Hey, but
And I'm not saying
did
that
you
like
watch Cobra Kai? Did you
I
watch
did
Cobra
watch
Kai, Robert?
Cobra Kai or get into Cobra Kai. I didn't.
man.
Okay,
You know what I mean? So
but
I don't
if
have that
you
for
watch-
a reference.
But if you were to watch, because it shows how this guy's life he ended, and came back.
Yeah.
He's the true definition of a villain when you
So
look at
that's-
the whole picture.
That's the only thing for me, friends. I don't have that
yeah.
for a reference.
Yeah. So
So,
hey,
you know what I
dude,
mean?
worth
So I
the
don't-
watch, bro.
Okay.
But so then I think Robert's actually doing it right because he's not taking Cobra Kai into consideration. But
Yeah.
I'm with you, Pablo. It's hard not to take it into consideration.
Yeah.
But just in this moment, and by the way, let me go ahead and ask you guys. I'll start with you on this one, Robert. Who is a worse bad guy, him or Kreese?
Him
Him.
by far.
Yeah, I would say him as well. Yeah. John Kreese is he's a bad guy as well, but he's more like a tough guy, bad guy. This dude is like his brain is different. He's
Gets off on it.
he's deceiving. He loves it. Yes, it's fun for him. I want to see you get tortured. He's not angry. He's just he's there he is, man, in his tub smoking a cigar. And I just want to see somebody get tortured as I laugh at it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Mr. Burns almost. I love it, man. I love it. I'm more than happy with my pick here, man. I love my pick in Terry Silver. He is
we're in agreement.
definitely a true villain. All right. Pablo, let's go with your number one, big dog.
All right, man. Here is one that no one could argue with. Actually, there is a point to argue, but I'll get to that when it does. When I sat in the movie theater watching this, I was blown away. I was blown away at this guy. He is the most hated man on the planet at one time because of his role, bro. He killed a superstar that we all loved. He came back. He represented a country that we supposedly hate. And obviously from Rocky IV, Drago. What can you say, dude? Talk about villain. Now, let me say this, man. He, at the time, this was like, there's a lot of tension between us and Russia. He was doing, he killed Apollo. He was on steroids. He was on the juice. He was cheating. Rocky totally bashed Russia right there, right? But then, man, so I know he wasn't Russia. There was coaches above him. But I mean, man, he represented everything against us. So for a villain, seemed indestructible. He was like a Terminator force. This guy was the man.
Okay.
By the way, for those of you out there that never seen the Rocky series, you just need to watch 3 and 4. Forget the rest, bro.
Oh, don't do that.
Forget
Don't do
Creed.
that.
Forget Rocky 1 and 2.
No,
See, I'm gonna-
Opera.
I'm gonna have to disagree. You gotta watch
Eventually
Rocky
forget
one.
5, bro.
No. You no. Listen, you could skip part 2 and the last one, Balboa. Part 2 is not good. It's not good. But all right, let me give my thoughts on this, man. Okay, Ivan Drago, Rocky IV. Okay, so the movie had a huge impact because of everything that you said, Pablo. Right? It's like where it was at that time, right? And the fact that he actually killed Apollo, no one no villain in any other Rocky movie has killed somebody. And at that time, we all loved Apollo, right? After part 3, everybody fell in love with Apollo. And I think people were loving Apollo more than they were Rocky at some point. He kills him. Let me tell you guys a true story, man. Dolph Lundgren, who plays Ivan Drago, I heard an interview with him, I don't know, maybe about a year ago, right? And he was being interviewed, and something came up with black people. I'm not really sure how they got into the conversation. And just out of nowhere, he just says like, oh, you know, they didn't like me very much. It took a while. It took quite a few years for them to warm up to me, the black community. And then the person that was interviewing him was like, oh, what happened between you and the black folks that, you know, they didn't like you? And he said, well, after Rocky IV, after killing Apollo Creed, they didn't take too lightly to that, man. So they didn't like him. I don't know why. I found that so funny. I found that great. And I thought, you know what? That is badass, man. That is badass.
Wow.
I probably would have never picked them, but for that reason, Pablo, I like this pick. I like this pick for that reason alone. Robert, what's your thoughts?
I like Drago. Drago's a cool pick. I'm just the only thing, you know, he's a good villain. You know what I mean? You know, he does his thing. The only thing I would push back on is saying that you don't need to watch Rocky 1. You got to watch Rocky. You know, in my opinion, you know, not to be argumentative, but Rocky's a must. I think Rocky's one of the best American classical pieces of literature. If I could teach Rocky in my history class, I would. You know what I mean? It's just a great story, man. You know what I mean? Right. But I digress. But that's a good villain. I could see how Pablo could go with Drago. You know what I mean? I must break you, the whole 9. You know what I mean? You know,
I will. Okay, I will push back a little bit on this, Pablo. Just a little bit. He lacks character, dog. He doesn't really talk much. Now, don't get me wrong. I think. Okay, here's what I'm saying. Had he not killed Apollo, I think it would have been a weak pick, right? But the whole thing is that he killed Apollo. Everybody loved Apollo at that time in the Rocky series. He becomes such a lovable character, and he killed Apollo. And I think for that reason, that's where I'm like, okay, I get it. But like you said, Pablo, like he wasn't the main guy, right? There was people. As a matter of fact, he turns on some of the guys towards the end, right? As he's, you know, letting them know, like, hey, I do it for me, you know, not for you guys, man. So, but yeah, I think just killing Apollo, man, I guess kind of does it for me. So I you know, I'm not going to push back too much, man.
Yeah. You know what? He didn't talk, but neither did the Terminator, you know? So, but man, dude, think about this film though, man. Just the cinematography. Dude, we had James Brown, bro, singing before the Apollo fight, man. Singing, you know, Living in America live, and then you know, and then yeah, man, it's just a great movie. But yeah, you know, he's not the main villain. Russia was the main villain, and even his coach was even a worse villain. So again, you know, I wanted to do it outside the box, but you know, yeah, man, I'm anxious to see Roberts, and I already know what Cholos is, man. Let me know if you want to, before you say it. Let me know if you want.
I would love to see if you could guess it. I would love to see if you could guess it. I really would.
I could get it. I got it.
Let's go with Robert's number 1 pick first. Let's go with Robert's number 1 pick first.
You want to show the picture first?
Let me see.
You have a picture?
Yeah. Right. There we go.
Ooh.
That's my dude right there.
Wow.
Anton Chigurh.
Sheesh.
Has anybody ever seen the movie?
Yes.
First of all,
you know what, Robert, before you talk, man, you took this like dead serious. You went to the ultimate serial killer, bro. Richard Ramirez types. You got it right.
This is my dude, boy. You both have seen the movie, I hope? It sounds like Paul has.
Yeah.
Dude, this dude was on another level, dude. You know what I mean? He won an Oscar for this. You know, he won an Oscar for this, man. He was so believable. You know what I mean? Just, dude, his scenes are just so the scene with the nickel, where that guy just asked him, how's your day going? What is it to you how my day's going? And then they get into this big old debate, and he wants him to call heads or tails. And if the guy was going to call, if he would have called the wrong heads or tails, that guy would have been killed. You know what I mean? It just, man, when he got Carson, Woody Harrelson's character, when he killed him, you know what I mean? Just, dude, he had no emotion on him. You know, he was just a program straight psychopath. That's all he was. Man, he killed the main character. I hate to give it up to people who are watching, you know, if you wanted to watch the movie. Great movie, by the way. It's called No Country for Old Men. But, dude, he kills the guy's wife. He didn't have to. It was just about, you know, this is how it is. You know what I mean? He even told the guy, you know, you could come give me the money. You know, you'll die, but your lady will live. You know what I mean? He was just a calculated, low-down psychopath, bro. And that hairstyle, bro. You know, that hairstyle is just, man, he fit the role, man. You know what I mean? Come on, if you saw this dude walk into the store, dude, you'd be like, what the heck? You know what I mean? I know he doesn't look crazy like from the street, but he looked crazy. You know what I mean? So that was my number one.
What year this came out?
This came out maybe about 10 years ago, but it was placed like in 1980.
Was this guy super famous at the time, or?
He wasn't super famous, but he had made a couple movies. You know, I remember he did one like romantic comedy with like what was her name? The Scarlett Johansson and somebody else. You know what I mean? He had done movies. You know what I mean? He wasn't what he is now.
Yeah, this really put him on the map.
Yeah, this put him on the map.
I think it's older than 10 years. I think it goes back to like 2010 or something like that. It's been around for a while with Tommy Lee Jones. Pablo, what's your thoughts on this pick?
You know, I always heard about it, and then it never interested me. Then one day, probably about 2 years ago, you know, because I've heard a ton of people talk about it. And then when I watched it, I was like, oh, Lord, wow, this guy's insane, you know? And I watched the movie, man, it was pretty insane, bro, because people like this exist, I think, you know? And that's the thing that made it so definitely a movie, man, to watch, man. It was a great movie and great villain, nonetheless. I'm gonna have to rewatch it, man, just to brush up, man. That was good.
2007, by the way, is when this movie came out.
Okay, yeah. So almost 20 years ago. Yeah,
almost 20 years ago.
Okay, let me give my thoughts on this, man. First of all, I want to go ahead and say this. I'm the only one. You're not gonna find anybody else. I'm the only one that says this movie's not good. I do not like this movie. This movie I do not like this movie. I don't get the reason why I don't like it. Well, I'll get to the villain right now, but the reason why I don't even like it even more is because people love it so much. I'm like, what the heck? I don't really care for the movie. Okay, but the villain himself, which basically he's the main character. He has the most TV time than anybody else. Yeah. I mean, look, he's a psycho. He's very cool, calm, collective. Lacks a little bit of character. His character works for the movie because the movie is very dry. There's not like a lot of music, a lot of jumping around and action going around. It's very slow paced, very dry. So it works for him and the time period that it takes place in. Yeah, I could see it. I could see, you know, in the very beginning when he chokes out the cop with his handcuffs.
Oh yeah.
It's like there's no music being played, and you just hear the cop just struggling, trying to breathe, and the kicking of the shoes scraping against the floor. Like that really puts you in the moment. Like, wow, that's pretty crazy. But he lacks character, man. I'm not mad at the pick. Out of your picks, Robert, I would have put Alonso ahead of him, but I'm not angry at this pick. I thought it was a good pick.
You know, I think the silence was and the lack of his character was meant to like show that this guy's a psycho. So I think the lack of music and stuff might be so you're trying to figure out, dude, what's this dude up to? Yeah, you know, rather than letting the music and suspense draw you, it was like your own mind following him, you know. So
Yeah.
it was crazy.
And-
I'm gonna rewatch him.
Yeah, great movie, man. Good movie. I would suggest, you do the same. Ed seems to like, there's, Ed, there's a lot of respect I have for Ed, but then every once in a while he'll say something like he doesn't like this, or Raging Bull wasn't great, or he does things to me that just throw me for a loop. You know what I'm saying, Pablo? I'm glad you're here tonight, by the way, because things like this just throw me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But not to defend my pick, I think the cool thing about him is that he is deadpan. It's just about killing to him. He has no emotion for a reason. He don't care. This is just something that he has to do. It's like removing a piece of lint. It just has to be done. He could care less what's going on with you. He could care less if you're a 68-year-old man who has a gasoline station that you and your wife have. You're gonna get it. That guy who he pulled over with who had the chickens in his coop, all he did was ask for directions. He got it. There's no emotion involved. I'm going to kill your wife. I don't care. This is what it is. You could stop it. There's one cool thing that he says, man. I don't know if I got it word for word, but I remember in the movie he tells Woody Harrelson something like, he's going to kill Woody Harrelson. And he tells him something like, man, if the road you followed led you here, do you think you were on the right road? And Woody Harrelson is just looking at him like, you're a crazy, just like, what does, and he kills him. You know what I mean? There's no skin in the game. You're just somebody I got to kill. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I think that's what makes the character, to me, even more crazy. And I saw something one time that the FBI or somebody did something, and he came closest to a real life sociopath as anybody. They studied his character.
Okay.
So that's what gave me the edge over Alonzo. You know what I mean? Alonzo wasn't blown up. Alonzo was a movie. This dude reminds me of somebody who could be traveling America.
Yeah, it reminds me kind of the Night Stalker a little bit.
Yeah, just a
Richard Ramirez. Is this movie not your amigo saying is it free on YouTube, this movie? Oh, okay. All right. I'm not angry at the pick. First of all, like I said, I think the movie's terrible, but I'm not mad at the pick. When he pulls over the old man, he's on, stand still, sir. And the old man's like, what are you doing? He's on, please stand still, sir. And he kills him,
Right.
It's that look, it was a good pick. It was a good pick, Robert. It was a good pick, man. I'm not done in your pick. I would have gone with your number 2. I would have gone with your number 2.
Okay.
I would have gone with
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, okay. Pablo, you want to go ahead and guess my number 1, dog?
Yes, I will guess number 1. And it's definitely, I know you're not going to choose Blood In, Blood Out, Boulevard Nights. I know you're not going to choose all of those. Those are the ones people would think you would put it. I'm going to punch it into the comments.
All right, let's see.
Did I get it right?
No, dog. Okay, so you know what? That actually is not a bad villain, but at the same time, they don't even meet each other until the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because the Warriors are going from one side of the city to the other side, and they run through all these different gangs. But the one dudes that really set them up, they really don't run into them to the end of the movie. And it's just a short little part. Not bad.
Can I guess?
All right, go for it.
Can I guess? I'm going to go with just the Predator.
That came to mind. When we went live, it came to mind like, dog, picking the Predator would have been badass, man. It would have been great. But I did not go with the Predator. I took so many things into consideration. And for one reason or another, this guy just came to my mind because of the reason. Now Robert's taking it to another level. I'm saying, what's the best villain in a movie? To Robert, he's making it seem like it has to be a psycho killer or something, man. Like he has to start beheading people. We gotta get the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm just saying the villain in the movie, man. You know what I mean? That's just the bad guy in the movie. And for me, this is why this is probably the best Rocky of all time. Because of course I'm talking about Mr. T. Clubber Lang.
Yeah.
Part 3. This guy's character was great.
Yeah. Good
He
choice.
is the best. He is
Good
the
choice.
greatest villain of all time. Everything that this guy does in that movie, it's just perfect. His character is so explosive. He's so damn mean and just ruthless. He just wants to hurt Balboa, man. Just everything. All this, he talks so fast that people don't even pick up on what he's saying. But if you go and check out what he's saying, this dude is on another level. Would you say, Pepper Champion? Don't give this man no statue. Give him guts. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. Hey, woman. I bet you spend your night, laying next to him, thinking, wishing you had a real man. I'll tell you something. Bring your pretty little self over to my apartment. I'll show you a real man. Dog, this guy. It was great, dog. It was great. He made the movie. He made part 3. He made part 3 one of the best Rockies of all time. Out of the whole Rocky saga, including the Creeds, people have Rocky Part 3 somewhere on top. Maybe it's not their number 1, but it's somewhere on top. And one of those reasons is because of Clubber Lang, aka Mr. T. Pablo, what's your thoughts, man?
Wow. Incredible. I had to fight within myself to choose either Mr. T or Drago. It was a fight within me that, for a second. And I go, you know what? I'm going to go Drago because he was a country. But in my heart, if I had to choose between the two movies, it's part 3. So what a wonderful movie. Oh man, when he's training, wow, man. And you know what? I would have liked to seen him somehow involved in part 4, sitting in the audience, something, But and then didn't he push the coach and the coach died, right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, how about that one? Okay. Because of him, now Mickey was already sick, but because of him, he pushed him. And that's when he beats Rocky down to a pulp, man. It just his character, so much character in this guy. He was so bad. I mean, he was so mean. Where the first fight with him and Balboa, Apollo Creed was just supposed to do commentary, but they sent Apollo Creed in there. Before he became buddies with Balboa, just to shake both of their hands. He comes up to Clubber Lang. So, get my face, chump. I don't need some washed up pants been over here messing up my corner. And you better take that look off your face before I knock it off. Come on, jump. Come on, Creed. Come on, jump.
Come on, Creed. Yeah.
The way he says everything, he doesn't cuss. The guy does not cuss. He turns around. Apollo Creed turns around and walks away, and he says something so childish, but coming from him, it sounds so badass. He says, "Yeah, that's right. Just like a dog, better run. Just like a chicken, better run." Like who says that? Just like a chicken. What man says that to another man? Oh yeah, you're like a chicken. That's like such little childish little kid talk. But he makes it sound so damn tough. Robert, what's your thoughts, man?
You know what, man? That's a great pick. You know what? That was going to be my third pick.
Wow.
It was that between that and Kill Bill. I just kind of figured that, like you said, man, I kind of went thinking maybe it got too deep about it. This dude, for having 25 minutes of airtime, he made himself a career. He stole the show in Rocky 3. Everybody was talking about Mr. T, Clubber Lang. You know what I mean? He was bad in that movie, bro. He was just bad. You know what I mean? He was one of my favorite characters out of all of the Rockies. Like Paul said, I wish he could have been somehow, some way involved in a couple other ones. It wasn't to be, man. But you know what? Maybe it's a good thing because, maybe he would have lost to Drago, or maybe something would have happened, or you know what I mean? But the character he was in Rocky 3, man, bro, when he showed up, where they were unveiling Rocky's statue, you know what I mean? That is just, man, he was just harassing the man. Dude, he was there when he fought Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah.
He was just
I forgot about that. Was a dope part too.
Right. Yeah.
Thunderlips. He was there
Thunderlips.
when he fought Thunderlips, bro, and he was getting angry, bro. You know what I mean? He was getting angry. You know, when he stared at him, and he was, you know what I mean? He looked mean. He acted mean. He played the role to a T. The most powerful, to me, that's probably one of the most powerful 20, 25 minutes a character had in a movie, period. He wasn't in the movie a long time.
Yeah. No, he wasn't. But the times that he was,
he stole the show.
He shined. Or that he shined. I mean, there's also a scene where Mickey lays eyes on him for the first time before Rocky even saw him.
Yes, he's scouting him.
Yeah, he's scouting him. And just he gets up against the rope and he's yelling at Mickey. And this dude, his vocabulary, man, he's just spitting out words. You tell my boy, I'm coming after him. Ain't nobody can beat me. You tell him, I'm coming, I'm gonna kill him, I'm gonna get him, I'm gonna make him bleed. Like he's just going and going. And I'm like, you tell him. I'm like, damn, dog, this guy is so damn badass. This guy is so damn badass, man. I love it. I love it. All right, man. Well, let's get to our honorable mentions. While we do that, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put the phone number up in case anybody wants to call in and give your choices. I'll go ahead with my honorable choice first. I don't know what your honorable choices were, so I wasn't able to get anything out. But I went ahead and here's my honorable mention. It is none other. I'm gonna pull up a video actually, dog, because I love this guy. It is Indio from the movie Duke of Earl, dog. Wow. Watch out! Let's see the villain in action.
We gotta get out of here. Come
on. That is my choice, dog. That is my honorable mention. I love Indio from the Duke of Bro. That dude was ruthless. I love when they were incarcerated, the fake peace treaty. Oh, what a backstabber, right? He comes out and he's kicking with his homies and some hyenas, right? And then the homegirl's there like, oh, I thought we weren't a thing, ever since you got back with your wife. Where's she at anyway? He's like, hey, she's at home where she belongs. Don't worry about it, mija. It's all about me and you. No more lonely nights for you, girl.
Yeah, man. He's crazy, bro.
I
made a peace treaty with that sissy Duke.
Yes.
Yeah,
that is my honorable mention.
Great pick out of the box. But I'm going to stand firm on this, man. If there is anybody out there, man, especially a young Chicano, man, somebody who could make it happen, man. If somebody did this movie over, bro, with some bucks and some stars and rewrote some scenes, bro, this is free on YouTube. Don't sleep. This is a good movie, man. And it's with a bunch of amateurs. You know what I mean? None of these guys had acting experience. I honestly believe if somebody had the means to make this into a movie today, it'd be a great movie, bro, with really good actors. You got some good message. You could change some things in it. You know what I mean? But it's a great movie, dude. You know what I mean? I remember watching this when I was young, man. What a great movie. I always thought that if somebody with some bucks out there said, you know what, let me take a look at this and, go over some things and change some things and have some real heavyweight actors and actresses in it, man. I think this could be a movie that could be a Chicano classic. It already is, but even more so. A classic.
Yeah, man. And if anybody gets an idea to remake this movie, please let me play Indio. I would love to play Indio in it, man. I would love that. I would love that part. But all right, Robert, what's your honorable mention?
My honorable mention, when you mentioned it earlier, would have been Mr. T, because like I said, he was going to be in my top 3, but I'm not going to go that route. And since, like I said, man, I have the Volt always working. It's up here just always processing. I got to go with my man, the Predator. The Predator was a crazy villain, man. The Predator won. The first Predator. You know what I mean? All the others are cool, but the first Predator, he was on it, man. You know what I mean? He went there, and this is before we knew that they went. We started to find out that they were meant and built to hunt and all this stuff. And I thought it was pretty cool, man. The Predator would be my my last antagonist of the night.
Predator originally that was supposed to be JCVD, Jean-Claude Van Damme. He was actually supposed to play the Predator. He was in the suit. Yeah, he was originally in the suit of the Predator, and some mishap that he was having with the guys that were making the movie somehow they got, I don't know, there's some bad blood, and then he ended up stepping away from the movie, but he was actually supposed to be the Predator. Yeah. So that would have been something. Yeah, that's a good choice. Pablo, what's your honorable mention?
Well, yeah, I'm going to say that too. Predator is a great choice. I don't know if you guys remember how huge that movie was.
Paul, are you still there?
Massive.
Yeah,
but,
it was huge.
Hey, Cholo.
Yes, sir.
Before I do mine, so Indio, I know him. I've talked to him a few times in the last few years, and he's living out in Colorado, man. He's doing some big things, man. He's a right on, still a Christian, and sometimes he preaches at Cisco's church, so he's still doing good, man. But I don't know what happened to Robert, but my choice is from the movie The Godfather. There's a crew of people who were against The Godfather and against Al Pacino, against his role. And the guy, there was a trio. It was Captain McCluskey, Sollozzo, and Barzini. They shot up The Godfather. They tried to kill him. Didn't work out. And yeah, man. So that's those are my guys right there. Those are the honorable mentions. I believe, in my opinion, Godfather 1 and 2 are the greatest movies of all time. So, yeah, man.
All right.
Hey, check this out, Paul. Watch. Check this out, Paul. Don't you agree, Ed? Aren't The Godfather and Godfather 2 two of the greatest movies of all time?
You know what? Out of the Godfather movies, Part 3 is my favorite.
Oh no!
Wow.
It is
Talk
my
to him.
favorite.
Paul, talk to him. Pull him to the side.
I just hope next time he does that swim across Alcatraz that the shark gets him.
Oh,
Hey, by the way, if anybody wants to call in, the number's right there on the bottom of the screen, man, with the 213 area code.
No begging on Sonny when you call in, please.
Okay, Pablo, dog, you keep letting me down here, brother. Who thinks of The Godfather and thinks of villains?
Oh man, the whole villains against villains, bro. Even the cops are villains.
Hey, when I was processing, man, I thought Godfather.
Huh?
When I was processing, I thought Godfather.
Oh, come on.
But I thought Hyman Roth.
There you go.
I thought Hyman Roth.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
But the thing is that you don't appreciate The Godfather, so you don't see what we see. You're very anti-Godfather.
I like. Oh, let me take Clubber Lang down. Okay, I'm not anti-Godfather. Okay, I just don't think it's that great of a movie, man. It's good. It's all right. But there's much better gangster movies than Godfather. Man.
It hurts.
Name them. Not Casino.
It hurts.
Not Goodfellas.
Goodfellas is better.
Dude, those are like short, little bang for your buck movies, dude. The cinematography in The Godfather, and man, bro,
it hurts.
You got to give it another chance, bro. You got to throw on the surround sound, sit back, and just appreciate the acting.
I'd rather watch Carlito's Way. I'd rather watch Don.
Yeah, because they're moving you, but they're moving you by emotion with music.
I'd rather watch the Irishman. I'd rather watch what's the other one? The one with Leonardo DiCaprio and
The Departed.
What is it? The Departed. I'd rather watch The Departed.
You know what, man? It hurts when you say it, but when you say it out loud with such confidence, it hurts even more because you say it so. This isn't Paul. It hurts, dude. It really does. Those are two of my favorite movies ever, and you look at them like,
oh my gosh!
I think, if I'm not mistaken, and you can correct me, and I'm not trying to say it to because I think once you even told me Mobsters was better than The Godfather.
Mobsters is a
Oh
great
my
movie.
God.
Mobsters is much better, much better. It's not. Here's the thing. Okay, see, but there's the part where people get lost. There's the part where people get lost. They stick on to classics and say that classics are good because they're classics.
No.
If we're gonna sit down and watch a movie, yeah, give me Mobsters all day. Way over.
What's a trip, though? And this is just—it's neither here or there. What's a trip is? I've always heard about The Godfather being a classic movie. A classic movie just means a great movie to me. It's a classic. It's a great movie. I've never in my life once heard somebody say, "Hey, man, have you seen that movie Mobsters? It's a classic."
No,
Because
but
it's
you're right. Okay, you're
not.
right. Okay, here's the thing.
It has Patrick Dempsey in it. Patrick Dempsey's in it.
He does a great job. He does a great job in the movie.
Yeah, he does a great job on Grey's Anatomy.
Look, okay, but that movie came out before those type of movies were really making a push in the box office, right? So then all the other ones get started, and they kind of like, okay, good. But man, I remember when The Godfather came out. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's just okay, but I don't have it somewhere on the top. I don't.
I don't argue that point. Is I don't remember when it came out because I wasn't born when it came out, but I saw it when I was old, and it was, dude. I can't, because dude, you like good movies, But it's just it's a trip to me that there are some classics that are like, I don't want to say, with all due respect, because I don't want to say it. It's like we're talking about a Men Who Rule the World show.
Yes.
You know what I mean? For you not to like Raging Bull and the two Godfathers, bro, you're walking a fine line, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm just that's with all due respect, man. You know how much that's with all due respect, man.
Robert,
Yes.
let me explain something to you so you understand. Let me explain this. Serio. There's a couple of places, and bear with me for a second, all right?
Okay.
There's a couple of places, New York, Chicago, right? They're considered some of the best pizza in the world, right? There's a debate who's better, right? So what they did, this is a true story, bro. When Little Caesars first came out, they started putting some pizza joints in between New York and Chicago. They started putting them out there, this $5 pizzas and all this stuff. People ate them up. But before that, all they had was, the good stuff, the deep dish, the New York style. Okay, so they kept eating up all this $5 pizza. And then, so when these other Chicago and New York-based places tried to come in those towns, they didn't like them because they were so used to the garbage $5 pizza that, that's all they wanted. Yes. So Cholo is so used to the emotionalism of these cheap movies that when a good movie comes, I can't take it.
I see now, said the blind man. I see now, said the blind man.
Now you see Cholo.
Yes. I'm glad you brought up pizza. By the way, shout out to Comrade, man, out there in the box state. He's agreeing with you guys that no, it's not good. Gosh, it's not okay. I'm glad you brought up pizza, Pablo. I'm glad you brought up pizza because when I went to New York, all right, you know how it's always talked about. Oh man, New York has the best pizza. It is one of the most overrated things I have ever heard. I went to New York. I ate pizza all over the place. I kept on asking New Yorkers, "Hey, where's a good spot for pizza?" "Oh, there's pizza everywhere." Look, yeah, I know, but where's like the good stuff? "Oh, just everywhere." I could not get a straight answer. So it's just like, okay, go to this pizza. Then I go to Brooklyn, have some pizza over there. I'm staying in the Bronx, get some in the South Bronx. Okay, I went to Manhattan, got some pizza. I'm eating the pizza and I'm like, I mean, it's good, it's pizza, but this isn't like goodness gracious, dog. Now I get what everybody's talking about. It was it's one of the biggest letdowns in my life that I've heard all my life being from this side of the country, that you gotta have New York pizza from New York is the best thing, is a game changer. And it wasn't. It wasn't. don't. I do want to go back to New York. If I go back to New York, I'll be honest. Maybe I'll try so many other different foods. Pizza, I could pass on the pizza.
Oh, I could tell you the places to go. I told you the places to go, but you didn't listen, bro. You didn't even go to the right. You didn't even go to the right little Italy, bro. You didn't even go to the right one. You got to go to the one where John Gotti and them were, bro. You went somewhere else.
I went to the real one in the Bronx.
No.
I'm not
The
going
real
to
one is Mulberry Street.
I'm not going with all the tourists and all that.
Man.
I went to the hood, man.
That's where John Gotti and all them were, though, bro. They were on Mulberry Street.
All right, look.
When you watch The Godfather and you see those scenes, all the Italians were brought to Mulberry Street. When they landed on Ellis Island, they went to Mulberry. They all gathered there, bro. Yeah, God, show, bro.
I want to.
We're gonna take away your Chicano card, bro.
Hey, real quick, man. Real quick. I hate to do this, man. I didn't realize I had another commitment that was coming up in about 10 minutes. I got to bounce. What I did want to say, man, is Paul, it was a pleasure talking with you again, man. I hope we could do another show again soon.
Likewise, bro.
You know what I mean? It's always good to see you. I'm glad you're doing well, and I hope you're in a good spot. God bless you. And nothing but respect for you, man. I'm going to pretend that this Godfather, Robert De Niro thing, I'm going to pretend that I'm going to wipe it out of my mind, man, because you're a good dude. You're a man. It's just you're getting real close, bro. You know what I mean? But we're going to let it slide, man. Nothing but respect for Ed. Everybody out there on YouTube, man. When you get a chance, tune into these guys' channels, man. These are two good men who are doing a good thing, man. God bless both of you.
Hey, buenas noches, Robert. Right. You're my brother. Big dog.
Right. Good night, guys.
All right, man. All right, we're going to wrap it up here in a minute or two as well. I just want to go over some of the names that some people dropped on the chat. And like I said, the phone number's still on there if you guys want to call. But Pablo, what do you think about Jaws? Do you think somebody could have thrown in Jaws as one of the best main villains?
It's hard to watch now. Like, if you watch it now, like I watched it about 4 months ago, it doesn't stand the test of time. Back then, yeah, but now if you look at it, it's pretty horrible animatronics. But yeah, I guess they could, because there's movies where the Fog was the villain. You know,
yeah.
You remember? Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
And then there's movies where this it was like the Blob was the villain, and there's movies where it was like a milkshake that everybody was drinking, and it ended up the milkshakes ended up being the villain. So there's so much, bro.
Okay. I mean, if we're gonna go down that route, I guess we could get the clowns from Killer Clowns from Outer Space, man.
There you go.
Yeah. No, look, I stand with my picks. Sosa from Scarface, not as one of the best villains. I mean, Sosa himself really didn't do much.
Is Sosa the one that got hung from the helicopter?
No, Sosa was the main guy.
Oh yeah, the Colombian or whatever.
Yes.
The one who killed him and from behind. Yeah.
Right.
Well, good,
he sent his gunmen to do that.
Yeah. Hey, man, that was a great movie, man. Sheesh.
El Guapo en Los Tres Amigos.
Somebody brought up Cape Fear. That was a good movie with Robert De Niro.
Cape Fear, Robert De Niro. Okay. There's a couple of other villains out there that I'll pick this villain. And by the way, this guy does not get a lot of screen time, but I thought this guy took over the movie. When you think about this movie, he's the first one that comes to mind. Even though he has a very small role in this movie, and that is Jack Nicholson in the movie A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise and Demi Moore.
Yeah,
you can't handle the truth, dog. Yeah. That is a great villain right there. He's not throughout the movie, right? He has the role where he's talking to two of his other officers there. And then when they come down to interrogate him a little bit in Cuba, when he tells Tom Cruise, what I want you, I don't want to say the whole thing, but he says, I want you to stand there in your white, something uniform and extend me some courtesy. You got to ask me nicely, dog. I recommend everybody go back and watch that movie. And then at the very end in the courthouse, when Tom Cruise gets him, that's when you get the whole "you can't handle the truth." I think he makes a really good villain. Not a big role in the movie, but very, very good villain. But nonetheless, so my 3 top villains in movie history in order from 3 to 1 is Simon Phoenix. Let's get us out of the way before we wrap it up here. Oh, there we go. Is Simon Phoenix. Okay, so the best villains in cinematic history for me. Number 3, Simon Phoenix. Heck yeah, dog. Great villain. Followed number 2, Terry Silver in the Karate Kid Part 3. Badass. And the greatest villain in cinematic history. Clubber Lang from Rocky Part 3, dog. Damn. He was so damn good. I'm happy with my picks. Man.
Yeah.
And Pablo, your top 3 were?
Al Capone from The Untouchables, Curly Bill from Tombstone, and Drago from Rocky 4.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what's sad, bro, about yours, about Mr. T?
What's that?
We never got to see what happened to him after the fight. Did he keep fighting? Did he retire? That's what sucks, man.
Yeah. I think he's No, I'm with you. We should have been able to see what happened with them, man.
Hey, but did you have fun watching the A-Team after that?
I did.
That was cool, huh?
Yeah, B.A. Baracus. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, he was scared to fly and all that stuff. Yeah, it was. I love that show. But all right, man. Anything else, Pablo, before we wrap it up, brother?
Nah, man. I just want to give one shout out to the greatest villain in wrestling history, Hot Rod Roddy Piper. That's why I put him there. I found out how to erase Sonny. Sonny's the greatest villain on YouTube, but this guy is the greatest villain in WWE history, in my opinion.
Is it debatable at all for you or
it's
no?
Debatable, of course. There's other guys, Ric Flair. There's a lot of them.
Okay.
We have to do that one on another date.
Yeah, we do, man. Mr. Blonde from Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, but he got killed like in the first 30 minutes of the movie, though. So, but he was good, especially when he starts torturing the cop. He's all like, I don't care if you know anything. I'm going to torture you anyway. That was good. But, no Terry Silver or Clubber Lang. So, all right, man. Hey, shout outs to our brother Fred, who couldn't be on here. He's sick. He's not feeling like a man. Hopefully you get better, big dog. Shout outs to our boy Robert Anthony, who had to tap out of here early. That is one Pablo from the LA Times. Pablo, I gotta have you back on here a few times, brother.
For sure. I'm always
all
down.
Right.
If I'm free, I'm down to debate some stuff, brother.
All right. This is Men Rule the World. We'll catch you guys next month.
Sonic Boom!
Hadouken! Shoryuken!
Finish him!